Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Giri. The previous video we actually saw what is CORS and all the theory behind it. Why do web browsers use it for security purposes, right? So now we are going to see the same thing in the code wise, like how do we implement this entire CORS stuff by using code. That we are going to see today. For this to understand, I have created two servers. One will be our base server that you are seeing currently, which has been built by Express.js, and I have only one endpoint that says lol, and then this is running at port 4400. I mean, that's up to you, whatever you can keep it open ports. So I'm running this server, and along with this, I also have one more client server wherein I'll be accessing sending a request from my client to this base server that you're seeing at 4400, and then I'll try to fetch some resource. This client server has nothing special here. In this I'm just trying to fetch resource from 4400. So I'm going to call that as a base server. This is client server. Okay, I'm trying to fetch a resource from my base server, and I'm just trying to put that over my HTML. That's all I'm going to do. So in order to run this thing, I'm just running with live server option here, and then this is what it is going to show. And I don't see any data as such on my screen yet. So why do you think that is? So let me just open console by inspecting. Right click and inspect. So let me go to the console. Okay, it says an error here. Access to fetch at, this is our base server, right? Access to fetch at base server from origin, this is our client server. So access to fetch a resource from at base server from my client has been blocked by CORS policy. So this is indicating that our base server is not allowing any request from any origin defaultly. That is why the web browser is actually blocking it by CORS policy. So how do we enable it? Even if you go and check in the network tab here, let me refresh and show you. Here it clearly shows that it's a CORS error, right? If I go in the headers and see what is there in the response header, so in order for the CORS policy to enable for a particular origin, there will be a value field called as access control allow origin, wherein if it is set to a star value, it means like it is going to allow requests from every origin. If it is set to a particular value, then it is going to allow only from that particular origin. But I don't see any response header as such here. So how do I add that so that I can get rid of this error, right? So for that, you go to your server code, and then you are going to do something called as go to a new terminate this server, and then do npm i CORS. You are installing the CORS inside your project. Now just okay, now you have installed the CORS. If you check in the package.json, here you can see CORS has been installed. But how do I use it here, right? In order to enable it, so you are going to import the CORS initially, require, and then CORS, we are going to do that. And then now I'm just going to tell my Express app here to use this CORS. Hey app, app.use of this CORS. That's all. I'm not going to specify anything. If I'm telling my app to use CORS, then it is going to allow all the origins. Okay, now let me rerun this entire stuff. npm node index.js. There is some error. Okay, sorry, I did not specify JS. Okay, now my main server is running now. As the client server is also running, let me make the request again. Now this was the previous request, right? CORS error. Let me refresh this, and then now it is going to make. Now I see I am seeing a data here, which means like I don't see that console wherein it says that CORS policy, the fetching a resource has been blocked by CORS policy. Now let us look at the response headers inside this request. Now if you see here, there is a field which has been added here, which says access control allow origin, which is set to a star, which is nothing but it is going to allow requests from any origin, right? So if you have to restrict yourself with a single origin, then all you can do is inside this specify a origin value, saying this is our origin, right? This is my origin here. So I'm going to specify that particular origin here. Now let me refresh my server. Let me rerun the server. My server is rerunning. Now let me come back here. Now it is set to a star value, right? Which means like it will accept requests from anything. Now let me refresh this. Now if you see the third request, now the access control all origin has been set to this. So which means like my base server is going to accept requests only from this client server. That's it. So this is the entire CORS thing. I hope you understood why CORS is a big thing when you're doing web development or dealing with some APIs in web browsers, right? So this is it. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.